So you're thinking about buying a rental cabin or a second home and you're not quite sure. Should it be Lake Arrowhead? Should it be Big Bear? What are the pros and cons? Is there one place better? One place that's going to make me more money? What's best if I just want to buy a second home and hang out there with my family on a regular occasion? Where should I buy? I'm really confused. Well, today you're in luck. I'm going to talk about Big Bear. I'm going to talk about Lake Arrowhead and kind of tell you what I think and see if it helps. All right, if that's what you're looking for, come on, let's go. So let's talk about location. If you're really not aware of Lake Arrowhead or Big Bear at all, Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear, they're pretty close together. They're basically in San Bernardino County. Big Bear's about 20 minutes further away from Orange County and LA County. Most of the tourists coming up throughout the year are coming from Orange County or LA County. Like I said, Lake Arrowhead is about 20 minutes closer. Does that make a big difference to people's mindset when they're going up there for the weekend or for 3 or 4 days? Probably not. Obviously a day trip, Lake Arrowhead's a lot closer, but the location, to be fair, pretty similar. Lake Arrowhead has a population of about 9,500. Big Bear and the surrounding area about 17,000. So Big Bear has twice as many residents. However, Big Bear is about twice as big. So when it comes to the population density, how busy does it feel when you go up there? To be fair, it's pretty similar. Whether you live or buy in Lake Arrowhead or Big Bear, both in peak season, busy time is going to be pretty much the same. Any weekend, Lake Arrowhead can have 40 to 70,000 people coming up, which is obviously a lot more than the 9,000 residents. Big Bear, more than that, over 100,000 on a weekend. So you can get more tourists in Big Bear at any one time. That's pretty much because of the ski season. Ski season weekends, peak time, they're going to be busy. Lake Arrowhead doesn't have that influx of skiers coming up. So what's going to be busier? Peak season? Definitely Big Bear, but it has the size to incorporate everyone. So what are the biggest differences really between Lake Arrowhead and Big Bear? If you ask me, Lake Arrowhead is a little bit more quaint, a little bit more trendy, a little bit more highbrow maybe. A lot of the homes are behind the gates. There's a lot more places with HOAs. Big Bear, on the other hand, maybe more family friendly. Lake Arrowhead, maybe better for couples, a bit more romantic. If you've got kids, Big Bear, it's easier to get on the lake. You don't have lake rights like you do in Lake Arrowhead. If you want to use a boat in Lake Arrowhead, you have to own one of the 10,000 homes that gives you lake rights. In Big Bear, you don't. You can just go up there, Airbnb, you can use boats. You can do jet skiing in Big Bear. You can't do jet skiing in Lake Arrowhead. Big Bear has the zoo, it has tubing. If you ask me, Big Bear has more things to do for young families, while Lake Arrowhead, like I said, you have that slightly more trendy vibe. If you are able to use the lake, you can go fishing, you can go paddleboarding, water skiing, kayaking, all that good stuff. But in order to use boats, you need to be a homeowner. You cannot give that out to people. Also the village, obviously the bars and the restaurants, the hustle and bustle, is kind of the main hub, Lake Arrowhead. And Big Bear, and it's pretty close, but I think Big Bear has a better village. More to do if you do want to go out and party, people going up with friends for the weekend skiing. They have après ski. Oh, that just fell over. I wonder what that noise was. Just better restaurants, better shops. You can kind of walk up and down there. It just has a good après ski vibe, while Lake Arrowhead, they're doing a lot of development right now. It's November 2025 currently. They're spending a lot of money on Lake Arrowhead with improvements, sprucing it up. So yes, it does have a downtown village vibe with some restaurants and some bars and some shops and boutiques. But I think the village, when you're looking at them hand in hand, the village at Big Bear, it's better. I get asked about the fire risk now all the time. People are saying, we can't get insurance in Big Bear anymore. Yes, you can. I've sold many cabins this year to people who are buying and selling. They've all managed to get fire insurance. Rule of thumb, it's between maybe $3,500 to $5,000 a year, depending on the size of the cabin and the location. But yeah, 3 major fires in Lake Arrowhead in the last 25 years, 1999, 2003, 2007, about 500 homes in total were burnt down, 6 fatalities. Big Bear as well, just recently, 2024, there was a fire. So yes, are there fires up in Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead? Absolutely they are. Should you be worried about it? That's your decision, not mine. And you're probably thinking, Matt, get onto the cabins. How much are they? How much money can I make? I'm looking to buy as a rental. Like I said, I think Big Bear is a better place to buy a rental property. I love Moonridge area, 92314 zip code, 92315 zip codes. It's close to the village, it's close to the 2 ski slopes as well. So bang for your buck when people are looking to Airbnb. I think it's a great location. 3-bed, 2-bath generally are going to get you your bang for your buck. And I think you really need a budget between $550,000 and $800,000. Anything over $800,000, unless you're paying in cash, the mortgage starts to eat into your profits. So really $550 to $750 is your sweet spot. If it has a hot tub, it should have a hot tub, flat parking, games room, 3 bedrooms ideally, open concept, nice big fireplace. And I've done videos on what a cabin should be like in Big Bear. Go check out those videos for more information. Lake Arrowhead, it's a little fancier, a little bit more expensive. Like I said, there are some HOAs. If you've got a $300 to $500 HOA, that's going to be eating into your profit every month. I don't recommend buying Airbnbs in places with HOA. And it's just easier in Big Bear. It's easier to get your short-term rental. They're more short-term rental friendly, while Lake Arrowhead frowns upon it a little bit more. Some areas you can't rent out for less than 6 nights in Lake Arrowhead. So like I keep saying, Lake Arrowhead, I think, is if you're trying to make a little bit of money, use it more as a second home. Big Bear, you can buy a cabin, never go there, and you can make money. I have a great property manager guy up there. Right now, I've had people this year making between $60,000 and $100,000 a year on cabins less than $800,000. So there is money to be made, but you can't just buy any old cabin wherever you want. People say that all the time. They buy and they're like, I don't make money. Yes, because you haven't checked the boxes. There's 5 boxes that have to be checked when you're buying a cabin. If you work with me, those boxes will be checked and you will make money. And if you're wondering who I am, I'm Matt Tilley, the British bloke. I'm a local realtor. I help people from my YouTube channel all the time. If you've got any questions, you're looking to buy, give me a call. Happy to help. Also, there's more options in Big Bear right now. There's about 800 homes on the market right now in Big Bear. There is 615 in Lake Arrowhead. What's great about buying now, there's cabins on the market that are selling for $50,000, $100,000 less than in 2021, 2022. During COVID, a lot of people wanted to get out of Dodge. They wanted open spaces and they overpaid in Big Bear. That time is over. People are trying to sell for whatever reason. There's 800 homes on the market. So if you are looking to get a deal, finally be able to negotiate with sellers, 2026 is going to be a great time, if you ask me, to buy a rental cabin. We can negotiate hard, and I love doing that. And obviously, when looking for rentals, Lake Arrowhead doesn't have the ski season. That is going to take away a huge amount of money on a potential rental income. However, does Lake Arrowhead have a better lake for boating, for just hanging out, for fishing? I think Lake Arrowhead is better than Big Bear. What are the hiking trails like? Both have great hiking trails. Big Bear maybe has more hiking trails. Lake Arrowhead maybe has hiking trails with better views, more quaint. So when it comes to hiking, if that's what you want to do, they're pretty similar. Like I said, young families, definitely more to do in Big Bear. I think Lake Arrowhead, younger kids, even teenagers after a day are probably going to get a little bit bored unless you're on the lake all the time. There's just more to do in Big Bear. And if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. I do videos every week on what it's like to live in LA County, Orange County, San Bernardino County. If that's what you're looking for, hope to see you at my next video. Fun little tidbit, has Lake Arrowhead ever frozen over? Yes, it has, at least twice. 1937 and 1945, Lake Arrowhead froze over. Can you imagine? Lake Arrowhead is absolutely huge. I think it's 2.5 miles long, 14 miles of shoreline, and it froze over. Wow, I would love to have seen that. I hear a lot of people always say Big Bear has more of the mountain experience, Lake Arrowhead more charming and peaceful. I do find the peak seasons in Big Bear, obviously Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then ski season, you've got definite snow. Lake Arrowhead, you usually get snow, but it's not like Big Bear where you can get all the snow. You've got the cabins, you're in the mountains, you really getting that family winter cabin vibe that people are willing to pay more for. I definitely think in Big Bear, in peak season, you can charge more for your cabins than you can in Lake Arrowhead. And I just think Big Bear is more of a vacation town. There's no lake right, so you can use the lake all year round, and there's things to do all year round. You will be renting your cabin from January all the way to December if you own something in Big Bear. Lake Arrowhead, the summer, the peak season, yes, you're going to make some good money, but then it kind of quietens off a little bit. So if you kind of want income coming in every month, peace of mind, Big Bear is going to be a better opportunity. However, if you're just looking for a second home, you have some money to put into a second home, taxes, or just you want a vacation place for your friends, for your family, for yourself, Lake Arrowhead is hard to beat. Really nice cabins, very quaint, like I said, more scenic, more picturesque, more beautiful, and closer to LA and closer to Orange County, so easier to get there as well. San Bernardino Airport is about 45-minute drive away too. So yeah, you want to make money, buy in Big Bear. You want a quaint second home, buy in Lake Arrowhead. Simple as that. And you might be going online or talking to people saying, you can't make money in Big Bear anymore. Big Bear is dead. It's too saturated. I hear that all the time. Well, why do 100% of the people that I have helped make money on their Airbnbs? Like I said earlier, you've got to check the boxes when you're buying. You can't just buy any random cabin. But there is still money to be made in Big Bear. 4 million tourists go there every year. They need somewhere to stay. There's not that many hotels. They're generally renting Airbnbs. So can you make money in Big Bear? Are people going to tell you, you're crazy to buy in Big Bear? Absolutely they are. But let's jump on a Zoom call, jump on a call. Let's talk through it. I think you'll be happy with what you have to hear.